Hi everyone, welcome to the Sunday Sunshine Show. I hope the sun is shining where you are. It's really early in the morning, the sun is blasting through the windows. Today's going to be a good day. Today's video we are going to be showing what we do on Christmas Day, some of our traditions that we do, and maybe it might inspire you or give you some ideas to incorporate them into your Christmas Day. And I also want to share a really fun game. If you have a family coming over and you're looking for some inspiration, a different game to play, I've got a really fun one to share with you. So as always, this is in collaboration with the Transatlantic Housewives of YouTube. And if you don't know who we are Tina from Tina's Talk Time, Maree from Maree Crocker, and Karen from Geordie Grandma, and myself, Maree, Busy Bee Maree. And we call ourselves the Transatlantic Housewives because I'm in Las Vegas and the other three British ladies are in England across the Atlantic. So let's start with today's video. It's just me and my husband that live in this house, so we're empty nesters, but my daughter and grandchildren don't live too far away and they do pop around on Christmas Day. So we're going to start with breakfast. We wake up really early in the morning, as we do every day. My husband will cook a big American breakfast, so it's usually waffles or pancakes. He'll do his American bacon, and he loves to cook little sausage patties that I don't particularly care for, but he likes them. And we do some toast, we do eggs, and sometimes we do baked beans too. Now, my husband lived in England for, I think it was 12 years in total with his job, and he got used to eating Heinz baked beans as part of a breakfast. So he's actually brought that back over to America with him, and he does do that every now and then without me asking. Now, whilst he cooks breakfast, I usually jump up, take my shower. I will put on BBC Radio 1 because I love listening to that Christmas morning. I'll make the bed, but then I'll sit back on top of the bed and watch my TV. Breakfast is then brought in to me, which is really lovely. And we'll sit and we'll eat breakfast, watching TV in the bedroom, and then we open our stockings. That's the first thing that we do. That has become our early morning tradition in this house. Then I generally jump in the kitchen and clean the kitchen because usually it's a catastrophe after breakfast. So I'll clean the kitchen and he will start prepping for dinner. He likes to do the big dinners in the house, whether it's Thanksgiving or Easter or Christmas, and I just let him do it. So after I've cleaned the kitchen and he's prepping the Christmas dinner, I will then potter around the house, lighting candles, doing last minute tidying up. I'll make the Christmas dinner table up. I will fill the little bowls of chocolate and nuts, and basically get the house ready for the grandchildren to arrive. Now, before I put all the presents under the tree, the dogs then get their stockings. So we'll put them in, well, this will be the first year that we've got Buster with us, so I really don't know how this is going to work, but normally what we do is they'll get their stockings in 3 different areas of the living room, and they get some treats that are really loosely wrapped that they can open themselves, and they'll get a bone to occupy their time, and they'll also get a squeaky toy of some sort. So they will open their presents, get to play with them for a bit, and then they'll go outside with their bones. Like I said, I don't know how this is going to work out with Buster this year. He's probably going to try and steal the other dog's toys. But then I have to clean up all the mess because they've dribbled and drooled all over the floor. Their wrappings are all over the place, so I'll clean that up. And then once they're outside, I will then bring all the presents out and put them under the tree. So after the presents go under the tree, the children usually arrive about 15 minutes afterwards. Then we'll do some drinks, we'll do some little treats, usually chocolate or cookies, that type of treats. And I'll ask my husband to take a break from the kitchen, and we'll sit down and we'll open only some of the presents, and then let the children play with those presents for a while. Then dinner will be ready and we'll all sit down to dinner with, I would say, about half of the presents still under the tree. So we'll have dinner, we'll then take another break, we'll do some kitchen cleanup, and then we'll open the rest of the presents. And then after that, the children either play with their presents or we then put on a Christmas movie. And during the Christmas movie, we'll do desserts because we like to have a little break between dinner and desserts. And then after desserts, the children will play with their presents some more. They generally then leave and go home, and then we have Christmas evening by ourselves, and we'll just sit down and veg. We might have a tea, but generally we're so full up of eating Christmas dinner, we'll just maybe have some chips or something. We don't really have 2 meals because remember we've had that big breakfast already early in the morning. But that is really our Christmas day wrapped up. Nothing major. We don't have lots of friends around on Christmas Day. Now, I've talked about one of my fondest memories growing up as a child was having the huge gatherings. All my aunts and uncles, my older brothers would come around. They already were married, had children. Their children would come around, which was obviously my nieces and nephews. And we'd have a huge gathering. And that was my fondest memory of growing up at Christmas time as a child. So a few years ago, we used to have a friend that lived in Las Vegas, and she would hold basically an open house over the Christmas holidays. And she would ask, are you gonna come for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or breakfast and lunch, or you could actually stay all day? And she would do a big baked breakfast, and then I think it was maybe like sandwiches or something, like a buffet lunch. And then for dinner, it'd be a big crock pot of something for dinner. And we play games all day long, watch movies, be silly, have drinks. She would also do a hot chocolate bar. And it was really nice because I actually don't think any of us were Las Vegas natives. So we were all coming from different parts of America, and we now all lived in Las Vegas. And some of us didn't get to go home for Christmas, especially me. I've never been, in the 26 years I've lived in Las Vegas, I've never once been home for Christmas. So it was really nice for us all to come together, and it was a really nice family feeling. And I actually really missed that. She moved away a few years ago, and it really is one of those things that I miss doing at Christmas. But whilst we were at her house, every year we would play this one game, and I really want to share this with you if you have a big family gathering at your house. So for this game, you are going to need 2 bowls. You're going to need a piece of paper for everyone and a pen for everyone. You're going to divide yourself into 2 teams. So team A, team B, keep it really simple. And you're going to ask everyone to write down a list of between 10 and 20 things. So that list can be anything. It could be boys' names, girls' names, rivers, countries, items in the house, vacation venues, famous people, actors, actresses, singers, bands, forms of transport, items of clothing. It can be anything. So once you've written your lists, then you're going to tear them up individually and place them into a bowl. So if you wrote 10 things, you're going to rip the pieces of paper into 10 segments, fold them once and put them into one of the bowls. So everyone from team A and team B, everything goes into one big bowl. Then you're going to get an egg timer, give that to team B, and team A is going to start the game. Team A will reach into the bowl and pull one item out, and only that person can see. So we'll say, for instance, the first word was orange. So I'm now going to describe as quickly as possible, without saying that word orange, to my team. So I might say it's a fruit, it's citrusy, you can break it into segments, and your team is steadily saying what their guess is. And then you might say it's a colour, and then someone's going to say orange. So you take that piece of paper and you sit it to one side, and you immediately grab the next one, and you repeat the process. So after the egg timer is finished, team B will yell out time's up, and you count how many. So say I got 5. Those 5 will then go into the empty bowl, and 2 bowls will then go to team B. And they carry on that process. So when their time is up, the bowls then come back to our team, team A, and you continue the process until that big bowl has nothing left in it. Then you're going to add up all your scores for the first round. Then we're going to do round 2, which is exactly the same process. However, you can only say 3 words. And you're not allowed to mime, you're not allowed to do any hand gestures or pointing, and you're also not allowed to say part of the word. So if the word was caravan, you can't say car pulls this, because car is part of the word caravan. So now you're down to 3 words. So say that word was orange again, you might say fruit, colour, citrus, and then they would guess it. Again, that sits to one side. You are allowed to pass. So if you pass on anything, it goes in the bowl. Okay, you can't keep that as a score. So that whole process goes again with 3 words, and then lastly, the last round, and then usually between round 2 and round 3, we stop and we all make a drink, and then we come back down for round 3. And round 3, you can only say 1 word. So again, you pull your first word, and if it's orange, you would say fruit. And at this point, it also becomes a memory game, because someone might remember orange was one of the words that was in the bowl. So they would blurt out orange real quick. But sometimes if the clue was, oh my gosh, let's think of a hard one. Let's say someone had written Mississippi River, and you've only got 1 word to describe that. Oh my God, how would I describe that? And remember, you're working against the clock, so you might panic. So if I had Mississippi River, I might say water. Water, that's all I can say is water. And your team has to try and remember, well, wait a minute, what was water? So it actually can become really difficult and panicky, and then you might just have to say pass. If no one can guess Mississippi River from water, it's a pass, a quick pass, and then you're just going for the second one. But it's really, really fun game to play. Yeah, I miss that game. So I'd love to know what your traditions are, and hopefully I can copy some and introduce them into our day next year. And have you guys been keeping up with the Advent calendar? Let us know your thoughts on that. Karen put so much effort and time into making that. I thought it was absolutely a brilliant idea. And I have been keeping up. I have been watching the Advent calendar. Now next Sunday we got some fun. We got our Christmas special next Sunday. So I feel like I'm losing my voice. I still have my Christmas shopping to do. I've only done a small segment this year. This is the most unprepared I've ever been in, possibly ever. Today I'm going to have to start doing some wrapping and seeing how far I've come with my shopping list. But yeah, I'm way behind the Powerball this year. Thank you for watching. I think all 4 of us ladies are looking forward to next week's video. Have an amazing week, and don't stress about Christmas. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 8 of my 12 days of Christmas. Thanks again. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes.